The internet went into meltdown after reports started circulating that Prince Harry was left visibly uncomfortable during a London legal setting when he was addressed simply as Mr. Harry Windsor, instead of Prince Harry. And whether or not a specific celebrity like Liz Hurley was involved, the deeper issue here is very real and very documented. Prince Harry no longer receives automatic royal styling in many formal and legal contexts. That is not an insult, that is a consequence of stepping away from royal duties. But what shocked people was not the protocol itself, it was the reaction. Observers described Harry as tense, reportedly offended, and clearly not pleased that the title he was born into no longer commands unquestioned recognition. This moment, symbolic or real, exposed a raw truth many royal watchers have been pointing out for years. Harry wants the prestige of royalty without the responsibility, and the world is slowly refusing to play along. Here's the uncomfortable fact that can't be ignored. In the UK legal system, titles are not automatically used in court unless they are legally relevant. Judges, clerks, and legal professionals are trained to address individuals by their legal names, not honorifics tied to inherited status. This is standard practice. Prince Andrew, Prince Edward, and even King Charles himself have been addressed formally by legal name in certain settings. So if Harry expected special treatment, that expectation alone shows how deeply disconnected he has become from the reality of the institution he publicly rejected. And this is where public sympathy begins to crack, because you cannot loudly declare independence from the monarchy, monetize your royal trauma, and then still demand royal deference when it suits you. Now let's talk about why Meghan Markle's name keeps surfacing in moments like this. Since stepping into Harry's life, there has been a clear and observable shift in how he relates to royal hierarchy, protocol, and criticism. Meghan has consistently framed royal traditions as oppressive, outdated, and emotionally damaging, yet paradoxically, she has shown no hesitation in using royal titles when they enhance brand value. From children's titles to media introductions, the Sussexes have leaned into royal branding whenever it benefits them. That contradiction is not imagined. It's documented. And when Harry appears enraged or humiliated over a missing title, people naturally question whether this tension stems from Meghan's influence, an influence that encourages defiance while still craving validation. What made this moment explode online is not just the title issue, but the symbolism behind it. Being addressed without Prince in a London legal environment sends a powerful message: you are here as a private citizen, not as royal authority. For someone like Harry, who grew up surrounded by deference, bows, and inherited respect, that shift is psychologically jarring. But again, this is not cruelty, it is consistency. He signed the deal. He walked away. He spoke openly about wanting a normal life. And now, when the world treats him normally, we're supposed to feel sorry? That disconnect is why public patience is wearing thin. And let's be honest, Meghan Markle thrives in these moments of perceived conflict. Her brand narrative has always been built around confrontation. Meghan versus the palace, Meghan versus the press, Meghan versus tradition. Every time Harry appears slighted, it reinforces the storyline she has helped construct, that the institution is cold, dismissive, and punitive. But what critics argue is that this narrative collapses when the rules being applied are the same for everyone. There was no secret punishment here. No humiliation ritual. Just procedure. And yet, the reaction suggests entitlement, not injustice. This is why so many commentators are saying this moment represents a turning point. The public is no longer reacting emotionally to Harry's frustration. Instead, they're asking practical questions. Why should a man who abandoned royal duty still demand royal recognition? Why should institutions bend when he openly criticized them? Why should titles matter to someone who said titles caused him pain? These are fair questions, and they cut through the emotional fog that has protected the Sussex narrative for years. What also fuels backlash is Meghan's selective feminism and selective outrage. She has positioned herself as someone who rejects hierarchy, yet she has never rejected the social capital that hierarchy provides. When her children received royal titles, there was no protest. When luxury deals depended on royal association, there was no distancing. But when protocol doesn't bend, suddenly it's framed as disrespect. That inconsistency is why critics describe her influence as corrosive rather than empowering, not because she speaks up, but because she speaks selectively. The alleged anger from Harry, whether exaggerated or not, fits a pattern we've seen repeatedly since Megxit. Every legal loss, every media setback, every institutional refusal is met with visible frustration. And that's not how someone who has truly embraced independence behaves. Independence requires letting go, not clinging to symbolic power while denouncing the source of it. And this is where Harry's credibility problem deepens. You can't be both victim and aristocrat at the same time. What makes this situation especially damaging is that it didn't come from tabloids alone. Legal experts, royal correspondents, and constitutional commentators have all pointed out that Harry's expectations no longer align with his status. That's not gossip. That's analysis. And when public figures ignore expert explanations in favor of emotional outrage, it reinforces the perception that they are driven more by ego than principle. Meghan, critics argue, has amplified that mindset rather than grounding it. At the end of the day, no one stripped Harry of his dignity. Dignity is internal. What was stripped, or rather, released, was automatic privilege. And that distinction matters. The louder the outrage, the clearer the contradiction becomes. If Harry truly wanted freedom, this is what freedom looks like. No special titles. No automatic reverence. Just accountability. And if Meghan truly wanted equality, she would embrace this moment, not weaponize it. So whether this moment happened exactly as described or symbolically through protocol, the message it sent is undeniable. The world is moving on. Institutions are holding firm. And the Sussex brand, built on grievance and grandeur, is being tested by reality. And reality, unlike royal titles, cannot be inherited, it has to be accepted.